Hi guys, we're playing today an adventure game, a mystery adventure game, and it's called Castle Dornstein, as you can see. Bohemia 1853. Dear Master Hemlock, for 3 years I have searched for someone fluent in all forms of medieval Latin to translate one of the books in my collection, Deorum Historia Orbis Terrarum, or the History of the Gods of Earth. Given your literary knowledge, I assume you have heard of this mysterious and raw masterpiece. Some call it the Devil's Diary. I, however, am not a superstitious man. I hope to read and study it out of academic interest. The book was a family heirloom lost for generations. I have only just rediscovered its whereabouts 3 years ago. Since then I have sought a potential translator. Mr. Borowski is an acquaintance of mine and has recommended you for the job. He speaks quite highly of your expertise in this area, and I would like to hire your services. I appreciate your help in advance with all my heart. Please accept my invitation to Castle Dornstein. We shall welcome you warmly as a part of our humble family. Best regards, Fyodor Dornstein III. This game is made by Digital Mosaic Games and will also be published by them. There is no publishing date yet on Steam. At last, Castle Dornstein. It's a relief to finally be here. There hasn't been a storm this bad in months. It's only mid-afternoon, but the clouds make it feel like night is already upon us. Okay, let's see, how do we walk? Ah, that must be one of Lord Dornstein's servants. Left-click to interact with an object, hotspot or character. Right-click to look at an object, hotspot or character. Yeah, that's pretty much the controls you always do have. And walking is also by clicking. Oh, nice. Master Eberhard, I presume. Yes, you may call me Hemlock if you like. Welcome to Castle Dornstein, Master Hemlock. My name is Severin. I hope your journey was not too tiring. Not too much. It was actually quite pleasant until the storm started. A nasty storm indeed. Please come inside. I will retrieve your luggage from the carriage shortly. Thank you, Severin. This is a gothic mystery adventure game, and it's about that mysterious medieval book that was mentioned in the letter in the beginning. This is the key to your room. It's just up these stairs at the end of the hall on your left. Thank you. I apologize that our more formal guest chambers are unavailable at the moment. They have not been used in some years and are in terrible disrepair. The chamber you shall be staying in is a modest one I use for my personal studies. Thank you, I'm sure it's lovely. If you require any personal comforts, I would be happy to oblige a special request. That won't be necessary. Sir, I pride myself on providing exemplary service beyond that which is merely necessary. You are a guest of Lord Fyodor Dornstein III. As long as you are residing in these castle's walls, you are to be treated as though you are a Dornstein yourself. That is very kind. If I think of something, I won't hesitate to ask you. Very good, sir. When you are ready, Lord Dornstein has asked that I bring you to his office. He is eager to meet you in person. Excellent. I would like to meet him as well. Wonderful. Is there anything I can assist you with first? The history of the castle. How long has this castle been here? Castle was first built in the mid-13th century in the Gothic style. At the time, it served as a respite for traders bringing luxury goods across Bohemia. Aristocrats assigned to protect the royal trade routes oversaw the castle. Those trade routes eventually moved further south and the castle was no longer needed for such purposes. Lord Theodor Dornstein I acquired it in the early 15th century and it has been the residence of the Dornstein family ever since. The structure is in remarkable shape considering its age. There was a devastating fire in the mid-17th century. The Dornstein family commissioned a renovation in the Baroque style, though much of the building has retained its Gothic character. It's quite stunning. Indeed, I may be biased in this opinion, but I find it to be one of the most elegant castles in the region. Ask about Severin. How long have you been working for the Dornsteins? Many years now. I was attending university when I met Lord Theodor's father, Lord Augustin Dornstein. Lord Theodor was just a young man at the time, though already quite successful. Lord Augustin hired me to tend to the castle grounds while the family traveled to Italy for the summer. He invited me to stay on through the winter and I've been at Castle Dornstein ever since. I presume you enjoy your work then. The Dornsteins have always shown me kindness. They are like family to me. I attended Lord Theodor's wedding to Lady Sylvia and I helped care for their daughter when she was only a child. I can hardly believe my eyes when I see the beautiful young woman she has become. Ask about the Dornsteins. I've heard much about the Dornstein family. What can you tell me about them? The Dornsteins are one of the most eminent families in Bohemia and they have been for many generations. Lord Theodor Dornstein I made his fortune trading silver, acquiring many properties and estates. These days the family earns most of its income from agriculture. A wheat and barley farm has been quite a lucrative venture, though the family owns many other farms in the region. I see. Lord Dornstein's work has consumed nearly all his time of late. I suspect this is part of the grieving process, but I do wish he would find more time for leisure. Grieving? Haven't you heard? Lady Sylvia, his wife, died only 6 months ago. This has been a traumatic year for the family. I'm so sorry to hear that. How did she die? The doctors diagnosed her with typhus fever, but it was unlikely any case of typhus I've ever seen. She became ill quite suddenly and the sickness spread swiftly. How horrible. Lady Vladka has taken it particularly hard. She was very close with her mother. Naturally. Perhaps your work on this book will help take Lord Dornstein's mind off his grief for a time. I must say he has had a far more positive disposition since receiving your letter. Is it possible to get something to eat? Of course, you must be hungry after your journey. Dinner will be served shortly in the dining room. Do you enjoy roasted duck? Certainly. Wonderful. I will see that your luggage is brought to your room, but first Lord Theodor is expecting you in his office. He is quite eager to see you. Thank you, Severin. I will see him now. His office is the first door on the left. Here, allow me to take your coat. Thank you. First door to the left. Okay. Good evening, welcome to Castle Dornstein. What a pleasure to finally meet you. Good evening, my lord. I must thank you 1,000-fold for this opportunity to... Oh, Hemlock, my friend, no need for such formalities. Call me Fyodor. Please sit. Make yourself comfortable. Though we have only spoken through letters, I feel a kinship between us. We are very similar, you and I. We are? Yes, we are both lovers of the written word. We are academics. What some could call a dusty old manuscript fills us with shivers of excitement. We crave knowledge. Curiosity is, in great and generous minds, the first passion and the last. My son, you quote Samuel Johnson. We are cut from the same cloth, indeed. How refreshing to speak with a well-read man. We have much to discuss. Ask about Fyodor. Please, sir, tell me more about yourself. I'm afraid my life is quite dull. Nothing to interest a young man such as yourself. I own acres of farmland, but they are tended to by others. I spend my days managing my investments and my evenings reading. Since my wife's passing, my work and my books are the only thing that have kept me sane. Vladka, my daughter, locks herself in her room most of the day. She wants little to do with me. Women at her age are impossible to speak to, and so I remain alone in my office. I would trade everything I have to be a young man in Prague again. Such a beautiful city. You're not so old, why don't you move to Prague? Young man, if you only knew how the politics of a family name worked. Nobles may be rich, but they are never truly free. We are tethered to our heirlooms and properties. Such are the trappings of heritage. So true. But listen to me. An old man complaining about his life of luxury. I only wish I could escape the stone walls of this castle more often. The castle is quite impressive. How long has your family owned it? This castle has been home to the Dornstein family since the 15th century. My ancestors were among the wealthiest families in Central Europe. I am not sure we hold that distinction anymore, but we certainly manage, I believe. The castle's masonry has undergone reconstruction 5 times since then. The last changes were made 100 years ago. We gave it a dash of the Renaissance flair, and it's been that way ever since. The furniture and decor are far more current. For that I have my late wife to thank. Your daughter, Lady Vladka, lives here in the castle as well? She does. I couldn't wish for a more beautiful or intelligent daughter, though I wish she were more focused on her studies. She reads nothing but foolish romances and fantasies all day. But such stories uplift the soul, sir. I would never forbid anyone to read that which they enjoy. I do not forbid anything. I only wish she would spend more time in the real world rather than escaping to imaginary ones. It is a question of balance. Well, we escape by video games nowadays. Please accept my condolences, sir. I am sorry for what happened to Lady Sylvia. We all are. Thank you, Hemlock. It is exceedingly difficult to lose someone you loved so deeply. We were married for more than 30 years. When you're married that long, your souls become entwined, and the pain of tearing them apart is unspeakable. Have you ever been in love, young man? Once, I think. Her name was Aneska. We were but 13 when we met. I'm not sure that counts. Everything counts. Love does not consider age. Romeo and Juliet were but 13 themselves. A well-read man could hardly name a couple more in love. With all due respect, sir, that is only a story, and a tragic one at that. Yes, I suppose Shakespeare understood well the way in which joy and tragedy intermingle in our lives. So, you are a lover of books. What have you been reading lately? Recently, my mind has been drawn towards the sciences. I'm reading a most excellent study on the history of astronomy. I shall lend it to you once I am finished. How about you? What do you like to read? That depends. I certainly enjoy a good horror story, and I always like to revisit the classics. Recently, though, much of my time has been consumed by linguistics. With linguistics. Yes, a little bit of everything. That's the spirit, young man. Still, you must have a favorite. I believe a man's preferences define his character. If I had to choose, the works of Milton are incomparable. I have read him more than anyone. Milton, of course. A poet and a scholar. I understand you now. A man must tend not only to his mind, but to his soul as well. Very good. I must say I was shocked to hear you have Deorium Historia in your collection. I thought the book was merely a legend. I assure you it is quite real. I've heard campfire tales about the monk Gregorowitz and how his meetings with the devil drove him to madness. Yes, yes, the devil possessed his heart and used his hands to write the devil's diary. Am I recalling it correctly? Precisely. Nothing more than a campfire story, as you say, though the real Gregorowitz did go insane after a lifetime serving God. Something broke in his mind and he became obsessed with the occult. Fascinating. I am flattered you choose me to translate the book. I am eager for you to get your hands on it. You may be the only man within 1,000 kilometers who knows as many forms of medieval Latin as you do. As learning that languages has become something of an obsession for me. Your obsession is about to pay off for the life of me. I cannot determine the dialect Gregorowitz used when writing the book. And if this is to be the only translation of Deorum Historia, it must be precise. I will not accept anything but a perfect translation of the original text. I'm sure I can be of assistance. Excellent. I know I speak for everyone when I say we are quite happy to have you here, Hemlock. Thank you, sir. Anything you need, anything at all, please let Severin know. Dinner will be served shortly. Very good, sir. Okay, and now we can go, I guess. I think I'd like to see my personal chamber now. Besides, I want my diary in case I need to write down any notes. Okay. That's the dining room. Let's see where the personal chamber is. Hemlock's chamber. It is locked. Oh, we got a key, right? Here it is. Wow, this is as nice as the finest hotel in Prague. Luggage, yeah. I'll take my diary with me in case I need to write any notes. Okay. I don't need anything else in there. I'm a guest here, no thief. Yeah. Can take a look. No, maybe later. Let's take a look. I don't need to use the wardrobe. Everything I have fits nearly in my luggage. Okay, okay. I guess that was it. The castle is cold enough. I don't want to open a window. Okay. Let's go to dinner then. Yes. Does it still get more exciting? Let's see. Sir Hemlock, welcome. Sorry, I'm late. Nonsense, my friend. You're right on time. Come join us. I prepared this feast especially for your arrival. It looks delicious. Did you cook all this? Only the roasted duck and radishes, a variation on a family recipe. The cabbage and the potatoes I leave to Anna. There is no competing with her there. Hello dear, pleasure to meet you. If you need anything at all during your stay, just shout my name and I'll come running. Thank you, Anna. Dinner smells wonderful. Thank you, but we do ask that you reserve your praise until you have tasted the meal. Ha! Fair enough. Did you find your personal chamber? Is everything to your liking? I did. It's perfect. I hope you'll forgive the castle's current state of disrepair compared to other castles in the region. Ours is positively crumbling. I think the castle is marvelous. Ah, you're just being polite. I just haven't had the money of late for a proper reconstruction. Though if you ask the villagers in Karkanov, they'll say the castle looks the way it does because it's haunted by ghouls or some such nonsense. Pay no attention to that. The masonry is centuries old and... Please, Father, I don't think your guest wants to discuss architecture when there is a hot meal getting cold on the table. Of course, and pardon my manners, I have not introduced my daughter, Lady Vladka, shrewd and candid as ever. I am honored, my lady. The honor is mine. My father has told me much about you. Indeed I have. Please eat, Hemlock. You must be hungry. Yes, how rude of us. We started dinner without you. Forgive us. We are not accustomed to having guests in the castle. Perhaps we should say a prayer for this fine meal. Yes, an excellent idea. Wait, where's Joseph? We should wait for him. Please, Father, if we wait for him, it could be morning before we eat. Vladka. He's just coming inside from the rain. He'll join us shortly. Very well. Lord, we thank you for the meal before us and for all the warm comfort we enjoy on this cold evening. We also thank you for the safe arrival of our guest Sir Hemlock, who traveled far to be with us here tonight. Amen. Here he is. Join us, my boy. We have quite the feast here. Thank you, sir. I apologize for my tardiness. It's fine. We started without you. The fire feels nice. I get soaked out there tending to the horses. Quite a storm. Why does he sit so far away from the others? And why are there so many plates on the table? I got questions. Joseph, this is Sir Hemlock. An honor to meet you, sir. Joseph is our gardener, and a fine one at that. He's nearly as talented with seeds and soil as you are with the writing word. I only try to live up to my father's work. Joseph's father worked for us for many years. We were terribly sad to lose him, but Joseph has filled in admirably. I haven't had a chance to see the full grounds yet, but I look forward to doing so tomorrow. Yes, of course, it's beautiful, but tonight you must see the library. I'm eager to hear your thoughts on Gergorovich's book. Here, before I forget. He hands over a key. This key opens the cabinet above the fireplace. You'll find the Orium Historia there. It's a large volume with a red binding. You can't miss it. Excellent. I appreciate your trust. I'm eager to see the book. And I'm eager to see your translation. And I'm rather eager to eat. I hope the two of you will find time to enjoy dinner tonight. Ah, yes, of course, dear. We're getting ahead of ourselves. Yes, please, Hemlock, eat. Excuse me, Master Hemlock, may I speak with you? Yes, my lady. You said you are an expert in Latin, correct? I think so, yes. I wonder if you could do me a favor. My mother had a locked chest where she kept her most private belongings. Since her death, I have not been able to open it. I'm sorry, I'm no locksmith. This is no normal lock. It requires a password. There is some sort of riddle written in Latin on the chest. For the life of me, I can't solve it. How odd. I could certainly take a look. Would you? That would be wonderful. I have so few personal mementos from her. I would love to know what she kept in that chest. Where can I find it? In the library, besides the clock. Beside the clock. Thank you very much. You're welcome. I see what I can do. Okay, I have no clue where the library is, though. Here are some matches. I think I will take those. These may be useful if I need to light something. Pretty sure. This would make a good firewood. Not sure if he did take some. I don't think so. Okay. I don't think that there is an exit to that side, so I'm going back. Heading out where I came in. Let's see if we find the library, because I cannot remember that I saw any. But sounds interesting to find out what the little chest from her mother did hide. So that was my chamber. That's not the library. That was the dining room. That's Fyodor's office. Maybe I should take a look. I don't want to go poking around Lord Fyodor's office without his permission. Okay. Understandable. Okay, let's get down here. No idea where the library is and how to reach that. Oh, that is the library. The room is dark. I can't see anything. It's too dark here in here. I can't see anything. Yeah, we have the matches, but I don't think that would be enough. We need a candle, probably. Can we? I don't think that's a useful idea. Yeah, I knew it. We don't want to lit the books. Can I go further? Yes, I can do that. Okay. I would have known that. I did not expect that. I might be able to lighten the fire here. It might be a smart idea. Let's put a lock in here. There we go. Now I can start a fire. Okay. Matches. And God said, "Let there be light." And there was light. Okay. And now he said he gave me a key for above the fireplace, right? Let's open the cabinet. This must be the cabinet Lord Fyodor told me about. I'd like to help Lady Vladka with the chest first, though. Also, we would need the ladder anyways. Yeah, I know that the key doesn't make any sense. I don't need to get Deorium Historia just yet. Lady Vladka is waiting for me. Okay. I would love to browse Lord Fyodor's collection when I have free time. Yeah. So where is that chest? Did I oversee that now? Was there anywhere chest? Oh, this chest. Okay. This must be the chest that belonged to Lady Sylvia. I wonder if Severin knows anything about this. He seems to know about everything in this castle. This chest looks quite old. Lady Sylvia must have had it a long time. It's in excellent condition though. Mos Maiorium. Okay. Mos Maiorium, Latin for customs of our ancestors. That must be a clue to the password. What can you tell me about Lady Sylvia's family? Varnhagen was her maiden name, a noble family from the region. If you are interested in learning more, I have a book on the noble Bohemian families in my personal collection. There are a few pages on the Varnhagens in there. You'll find it in your room. Oh, thank you. I'll take a look. Oh, so now I can go and get me the book. Okay. I thought it must be anywhere in the book, otherwise I would have gone back to the library now and checked on all the books in there. Let's see. Does he find it now? Oh yeah. Here's the book that Severin told me about. Perhaps I should look at each word closely. Noble family of Bavarian descent lives in their chateau in Pardubice, where they bred one of the fastest Arabian horses in Europe. Equus. Equus could fit because there are 5 letters. And that has also 5. Is there anything else that has 5 letters and looks important? Not that I would see. Okay, we could try that. Why not? Only clue I would have now. Otherwise, maybe still in the library some book. The password needs to have 5 letters, because that far I did see it. That it had 5 letters. And should be something that was important in the family, probably. And that might be it. Let's see. That's it. I think it were to use. Of course, the Varnhagen family was known for their horse breeding, so Sylvia made her password Equus, which is Latin for horse. Nice. The chest mostly contains old dusty documents, but what's this? A small green journal. This must be Lady Sylvia's diary. I'm sure Lady Vladka would be happy to have it. I'll take it to her now. Okay. Let's give her the diary. Yeah, the game is very nicely written. The dialogues are really cute. I have some good news. I was able to open the chest. You were? That's wonderful. The password was equus, the Latin for horse. Yes, that makes sense. My mother loved horseback riding. She learned to ride when she was a young girl. Her family always had horses. I found this in the chest. I thought you might want it. My mother's diary. Oh, Master Hemlock, thank you so very much. You have no idea how much this means to me. I intend to read it at once. I hope it brings you comfort. Lady Vladka, do you have a moment? Of course. Ask her about Gregorovit's book. Do you know anything about the book I'm supposed to translate? Not really. It's a medieval book written by some unholy monk who went mad. The solitary life must have driven him insane. The book was a family heirloom for generations, but was lost a century ago. Father nearly went mad himself when his servants finally found it. Where was it? Catholic monks in southern Bohemia had it in their library. I have no idea how it got there. I'm not interested in the junk my father pursues. What junk? The old artifacts, ancient heirlooms and dusty old manuscripts. Men of his stature tend to collect such items. Do you do that? No, but only because I can't afford it. I find forgotten art and literature thrilling. I could lose myself in an old library for days. Don't get too lost. A man can become so consumed by the past that he forgets to live in the present. That's true. Ask about Kreknov. Tell me more about Kreknov, the village downhill from here. It's not what it once was. There was a time when everyone who passed through this part of the country stopped in Kreknov. You could meet all sorts of fascinating people, men of commerce, noblemen, artists. Now you'll only find poor villagers, half of them drunkards and thieves. I wouldn't trust any of them. Okay, I leave you now. Thank you for your hospitality. And now we go and get the other book. For translation, right? Let's go back down to the library. I would love to browse Lord Fyodor's collection when I have free time. Yeah, I'm trying to get to the to take the ladder. Why would I go up there? Because you need to bring it here. Just move it. Okay. Then we're going to do that different. Let's see if you can reach there. I don't think so. I would need a ladder to get up there. Yeah, thank you. And now? Can you now take the ladder? So how do I do that? That's exactly what I need to reach the cabinet. Yeah, now? Can I now move it? Finally. There we go. Now I can reach the cabinet. Let's take the key. You have a ladder, you dumpy. Go up the ladder. How would he open now the window to the outside if he's in front of it? Anyways, don't get that, but hey. Yeah, magically it did open. Finally, I can see the book. This isn't the book I'm looking for. This is Historia Bohemia, written in 1700 something. Wait a minute. Someone has been here recently. Someone has stolen Deorium Historical. It got stolen. To be continued. Yeah, guys. That was Castle Dornstein. And I'm sorry about the loud music. I cannot turn this down. They didn't have any option menu. But you might want to check it out on Steam. And maybe play the demo yourself if you're up for it. Or you wishlisted. And I see you then next time. Bye bye.